Greetings and happy Halloween to everybody. It's October the 31st. It's a wet, horrible Tuesday night with a dreadful forecast ahead. Floods, rain, more rain, gales, all that kind of stuff. But never mind. Anyway, Steady Eddie is here in the house. It's Halloween. Let's drink some hot chocolate. And if you're watching this on replay, hello, good afternoon, good evening, and happy Halloween, whatever. So tonight, I thought, what can we do on Halloween? Well, when I was a kid, we used to call it duck apple night, which means that you get a bowl of water, put loads of apples in there, and then just bob your head to try and see if you can get an apple with your teeth. Not my favourite way of eating an apple, I must admit. Now it's called Halloween, so what better way to celebrate? Well, I'm not going to go out trick-or-treating, banging on people's doors and all that crap, you know what I mean? So I thought what we'll do is do a selection, my own personal selection, of the best horror movies ever. There's about 6 or 7 of them, which I think really, really stand out as being the greatest horror movies of all time. So anyway, let's say good evening to a few people. Martin Ryder, nice to hear from you, mate. Good to hear from you. Can you hear me? Everyone hear me okay, by the way? Everyone hear me? Okay? All done and done? Is that good? This is a new background. This is a special Halloween spooky background. Lovely. Is the sound and vision pretty good? Sound and vision? How's the sound and vision? Anyone? Loud, yeah. Dave the Dasher says loud and clear. Thank you, Dave. So anyway, Martin Ryder, good evening. Sergio, good evening. Chris is here. John Mitch. John Mitch says, what's happening? Being rained out and flooded? How about you? Yeah, it's fairly rainy and depressing, but you know that's England. That's what you expect, really. Apparently, there's a really, really severe storm. I mean, we've had rain before, we've had heavy rain, but apparently it's going to be really, really bad. You know, really, really wet. Dave the Dasher, good evening. Dutch Farang, Chaz Brown is here. Barry from EastEnders. By EastEnders, boss, can't wait to see what fancy dress editor. Well, this is a fancy dress. This is what you call it a this is a onesie sort of thing. Sorry, I just rearranged myself there. This is a onesie. Good evening, London Cab Thailand. Good evening, Jack. I mean, Ed, great book so far. Oh, he's been reading my book. Right, my book. Thank you for that, London Cab Thailand. Thank you for that. Jack is one of the characters. There's 5 of them. There's Jack, Kenny, Joey, Pete, and Vinny. And you know, most of them are owl asses. But anyway, that's the book. It's called 5 Go to Battaya. And it's doing something. The paperback is out now, and the Amazon Kindle is out. I mean, it's not it's not a bestseller just yet, but there's definitely something happening. I've seen it on various charts. There's definitely something happening. Thanks anyway, London Cab. Let's see, Dutch for Count Dracula. Martin Ryder, can we talk about the dinghy divers tonight? Now, I haven't really been paying much attention to what's happened in the news, because it's all a lot of depressing crap anyway. But I did hear of I believe it was a woman, a conservative politician, who made it public that she's having, asylum seekers, intimidating their office staff and all this kind of stuff. I mean, it sounds, England just turns to rubbish. It just turns to rubbish. The thing is, with the bad weather, I think you'll get less of the dinghy divers. That's all I'll say. Bintman is here. Good evening, Bintman. Nice to hear from you. Gemini Star. Anti Adventures. Happy Halloween. McLaren. Whoa. All right. However you pronounce that. Dave the Dasher. We got some serious floods in Passai yesterday. Crazy. Yeah, I've seen that before, but it's quite fun, really. At least it's warm. At least even in the floods, you can still be wearing shorts and t-shirts. Lovely hot chocolate. Does anybody actually pumpkin? I see some people leaving pumpkins with eyes and nose and ears and all this kind of stuff. Yeah, cut out pumpkins. What does pumpkin taste like? What the hell is that? Yeah, okay. Damon, Nappy Halloween, love the hoodie, tip top stuff. Okay, I'll put the hood up. This is what it looks like. I look like something from a Rocky movie. Although with the age that Rocky is nowadays, he probably looks like a bloody bag of bones. Anyway, nice to hear from you, Damon. Put that down again. Okay. McLaren is here. Good evening. Joseph Durrock, Gemini Star. Yeah, Dave, what's this? 120,299. Are you great in the Philippines? Jesus, my voice isn't that loud, is it? You'd hear me all the way to the Philippines. Christ almighty, Christ almighty. Nice to hear from you, mate. Yeah, McLaren F1 race. Storm Kieran Low. I don't think that's how, I don't spell Kieran with a K, but still Kieran. It's only give storms and hurricanes, some flashy, strange names. They're either namby-pamby names like Beatrice or Eugenie or whatever the hell they're called. I mean, Kieran. I mean, that's like a trendy boy's name. And what's the next storm going to be? Storm Darren? Storm Wayne? Storm Nigel? Jesus, you're going to be terrified of that one, for Christ's sake. Peter Blue. Hiya, Joe's it going? How's it going? Oh, it's going fine, thank you. It's going fine, thank you. There you go. Barry from EastEnders, Owlass, my new word of 2023. Listen, for those of you who've read the book or seen it, the word Owlass, I actually Googled this, and apparently it's spelled A-U-L-ass, Owlass. That's how you pronounce it in Liverpool. That is how it's Owlass. That is how it's pronounced in Liverpool. It's an old Liverpool word. It's been knocking around. And an Owlass, it is explained in the book. An Owlass is someone who is insincere, a betrayer of friends, a bum, a borrower, refuses to pay the money back. It's a common Liverpool word. So I've never really heard of that anywhere outside Liverpool. People in Liverpool definitely know what that is. Mark writes, Owlass. I've never heard of that before. No, Owlasses, that's the American version. In America, they say ass. In this country, we say ass. Owlass. McLaren F1, R.I.P. Matt Perry. Okay. I never really watched that series, Friends. I mean, but I mean, so sometimes it goes into hyperbole. All of these. I'm sure he was a nice guy and he was a good comedian and he was a popular actor and all the rest of it. But sometimes I think they go a little bit over the top, don't they? He was one of the greatest things on TV. And I wouldn't know him if I fell over him personally. R.I.P. Very, very sad that he's died. Anyway, here we go. Peter Seglin, good evening. Englishman in Malta, send us some rain over there. Another boring 20 Celsius, sunny day here in Malta. I'm pretty sure a lot of people would love that problem. Englishman in Malta does a lovely YouTube channel with lovely views and opinions of Malta. Lovely climbers out there. Make the most of it, mate. Good for you. Ned Bundy, good evening, mate. Ian UK, bloody hell, geez, you've lost a lot of weight. Best horror. Do you like the Paranormal Activity films? By the way, I fly Thursday morning to Bangkok. Okay, well, good for you. Good for you anyway. The Paranormal Activity. I like the first one better. The next ones I can't remember too much of them. But the first one, it's like a whole movie. It's very, very well done, and yeah, they are pretty good. They are good movies. Bilbao Kelso, good evening. Carl D. Thank you for that super chat, Carl D. That's very, very kind of you. Thanks, mate. Martin Ryder, it doesn't rain inside the parlours. It doesn't rain inside the parlours. Oh, okay. I do remember once, heading to my favourite massage parlour in Surrey Chirepoon, and all of us, I put nice fresh clothing on, and all of a sudden, it chucked it down. It absolutely bloody chucked it down. And I'm going to get soaked on the way to the massage parlour here. So what I've done, I went back in the hotel. I got some fresh clothing, and I put that in a bag, and then I carried it through the streets of Pattaya, waded knee deep in water, got soaked to the skin. But never mind, I got to the massage parlour and I had to wake the girls up because they'd locked the door and, because of the water coming in. And all three of them were lying down on the mattresses. They were all asleep. I had to wake them up. Go on, wake up, girls. I want a man. There's a cold, wet man here who wants a dirty massage. So I woke the girls up. And then I had a lovely massage with one of them. And then we had a shower and all that. And then I put my fresh clothing on then. I mean, how romantic is that? That is Pattaya. That is Pattaya. So rain isn't that bad in Pattaya. It's not that bad. Let's see, where are we? Bilbao Kelso. Hey, I had to put razor blades on my gates so kids can't knock on my door. I'm all for protecting your home, mate. I'm all for that. But I think that's a little bit... I wouldn't recommend that one. McLaren, I'll pump some kins, okay? Paul Hoskin, are you scared of anything like spiders? I once made the boat jump, a little wooden boat in the backwaters of the Amazon one night when I seen a bloody spider there. And someone had told me earlier on, some of those spiders are killers, they are. No, I'm not really scared of spiders. I don't like rats or vermin. I don't like them. Don't bloody like them at all. Englishman in Malta. We get pumpkins, Malta. Awesome soup. Is it real? I've never tasted that. Never tasted it. Mickey Berkshire, good evening. Peter Blue, good evening, mate. Rudolph Jacobs, good evening to you. Dutch Farang. It's been raining hard here in the lowlands. Okay, fair enough. McLaren F1 race, first few seasons of Friends, funny. I'd say what they show Friends, that place in Laos called Van Vieng, which is a very, very nice town. There's caves and mountains, all kinds of stuff around it. You get an awful lot of young backpackers. And in some of the bars there, they constantly show episodes of Friends. It's very, very strange that, in beautiful sunshine of a daytime, you see all these young people sitting around the bar watching an episode of Friends. I wonder if they still do that. Where am I now? Okay, we're going to talk some movies, best movie. We can talk about what's happening in the world, but it's all a load of crap. It's all crap out there. Teddy Jones, good evening. John Quayle, 7 a.m. Wednesday morning here in sunny Queensland. I booked my next trip to Vietnam for February. Oh, good for you, mate. Good for you. Good for you. Vietnam's a great place. David Martin, good evening. Bottle Baby, Leeds, good evening. AJ, old ass, but it said like owl ass, nothing to do with owls, by the way. Yeah, I wouldn't insult owls. Yeah, to be honest with you, owls are lovely creatures. Andrew Hammond, good evening, Eddie. A thriller of the night ahead. Okay, fair enough, if you want. Martin Ryder, nothing stands in the way of Eddie's dirty massage. Absolutely, absolutely. Seaside Freddy, good evening. Mickey Berkshire. Yogi Bear, good evening, Ed, and good evening, chat. Happy Halloween. I see, Ed, you have another storm getting ready to slam the south coast at 90 miles per hour starting in the morning. How much more rain can our rivers take? Oh, it is what it is. We've seen worse. We've seen worse before. I think we'll all survive. Yeah, you know, I think in Britain we make a little bit too much about the weather, but whatever will be, will be. Richard Frangland, good evening. Glenn is here. Yeah, Andrew Hammond, get me out of here. At least I'm leaving the UK tomorrow on my world backpacking adventures for 4 months. Oh, that sounds great, Anne. That sounds great. I hope you don't have any problems with the planes because, like I say, there's going to be a storm coming in. I hope that doesn't disrupt you. I've been disrupted by weather before in the past. So best of luck to you, mate. Anyway, keep us posted about all of that. Love to hear of it. Martin Ryder, roasted pumpkin seeds with sea salt, perfect beer style. Really, really, I've never come across that. Never come across that before. Bilbao Kelso, Ed, that mobile number you have, can I send a photo to it? When I gashed my head open and I had 13 stitches in it. No, that's for next Halloween. That's well. I hope you recover well. Anyway, Bazuki, a good evening. Good evening. You spooked up to frighten the door knockers. Okay, fair play to you. I Rob. When are you off to Thailand, Eddie? In the new year. Can't wait. Can't wait. Wayne Vosper's here. Good evening. Wayne Ritchie is here. Wayne Ritchie, good evening, Eddie. Hi, Eddie, and everyone else in the chat. You're looking great. I leave for Thailand on Monday from the USA. My first trip in a different country. Very excited. Wow, that sounds awesome. Your first time abroad. I believe, you know, a lot of Americans never venture outside of America, but maybe because you've got most of the great stuff there anyway. But that's really your first time abroad. That is fantastic, Wayne. That is fantastic. And you picked a good place to do it in anyway. Thailand's pretty awesome. So I hope you have a great time, Wayne. I really do. John Mitch, I had exactly 13 weeks until Wheels Up for me and Pattaya. Good luck to you, mate. I might just see it out there. You never know. You never know. I'm big for Pattaya for almost a whole month of January. So we'll see what happens anyway. But good for you, mate. Yeah, Wayne Ritchie, smash the like button, everyone, and happy Halloween. Okay, fair enough. I'll tell you what we're going to do. McLaren, Eastern man is here. He's from Liverpool already. Happy Duck Apple Night. Yeah, that's what we used to call it. That's what we used to call when I was a kid. It's better now. I mean, apples. I mean, I think you want something better than apples anyway, wouldn't you? Yeah, but nice to hear from you, Eastern man. Eastern man. Michael, no, not Michael, McLaren. I bet the 5 men on the floating migrant prison barge are rocking about tonight. Oh, that's a farce, that is. It's just a bloody farce, like an absolute farce, like just about everything else. AJ, Ed, can you get a pickup of one of the vampire girls? Can I? Is there a pickup of vampire girls? There's no vampire girls here. Can we get a pic of Ingrid Pitt? Can we get a pic of Ingrid Pitt? So you see, I've got pictures of Ingrid Pitt in scantily clothing. Better be careful there. Oh my God. Oh my God almighty. God almighty. Oh my God. That is from the Vampire Lovers. That is, oh my God, the beautiful Ingrid Pitt. She's the one on the left. And the stunning Madeline Smith. She was in a lot of horrors and comedy in the 70s. That's as far back, would you believe, is 1970. And they were in like a scene together, a bath scene where they both, get it on. Oh, absolutely wonderful, absolutely wonderful. Beautiful. Oh my God. But oh, does it get any better? Also in that movie, you had what's her name? Kate O'Mara. Beautiful stuff. And somebody else was in that movie. Oh my, you had an amazing lineup in that movie. The Vampire Lovers. Oh, absolutely. Go on. I'm sweating now. I'm sweating. I'm gonna go and get another. I'm gonna go and get another. You made me sweat now. That is from the wonderful movie called The Vampire Lovers. You made me sweat now. I'm sweating now. I am. So I'm gonna have a. I'm gonna have. I'm gonna go to make myself another hot chocolate. Back in a minute. Yo. Okay. Where are we? Where are we now? Okay, so let me see. Okay, so we're gonna start a little review of the best movies ever. What's this? Andrew Hammond is going to start with the south of France. Best of luck, mate, anyway. Mickey Berkshire. Wish you well in your travels, not far behind you. Good for you, mate. Paul Hoskin. What is the best film ever? Not necessarily a horror movie. Nice to hear from you, Paul. Chubba Wubba is here. Kipax is here. Nice to hear from you. Richard Rich. He's off to Thailand as well. Evening, Eddie. One more sleep until I fly over to Thailand. Okay, good for you, mate. Nice to hear from you. Ichigo, just seen Lisa Dale board Gambia Airlines Flight 69 at Gatwick. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. Jeez, I wouldn't want to be sitting next to her, for Christ's sake. Although, having said that, if the plane crashed, at least you'd have a nice big cushion. Wayne Ritchie, I just bought your paperback book last week. Okay, fine. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. It's in the charts now. It's going places. It's early days yet, but I think it will happen anyway. So really, thanks for that, mate. Thanks for that. I hope you enjoy it. So let's see. Yeah, Barry for me standards. Ed, do you prefer shaven ties or hairy vampire girls from the 60s? Oh, well, I think it'd be a bit late to have hairy vampire girls from the 60s. So I'd have to say the first one, really. But Kipax, they look like they've just seen Little Eddie. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, God, weren't women beautiful in those days? Ingrid Pitt and Madeline Smith. Oh, Jesus, what a dream couple they are. Yeah, let's see. Dutch Farang, how many strokes did you do with this photo? Don't know what you mean, mate. Okay, so anyway, we're going to review some of the best movies, some of the best horror films ever made. Now, I've got pictures. I've got pictures from the best movies, my favorite horror movies of all time. But I haven't uploaded the granddaddy of the greatest horror movies, so I may as well get that out of the way with. I may as well get that out of the way with a review. What do you think? That's not how you pronounce it. That's not how you spell it. I'm sure that isn't. I'm sure that's not how you spell it. The Exorcist. I don't think that's how you spell it, funnily enough. I don't think that's how you spell it. Hide that. And delete it. Okay, hide that again. I think it's spelt more like... I think it's spelt more like that, isn't it? It's spelt more like that. That's how you spell it. 1973. What an amazing movie. I mean, definitely the most frightening horror movie of all time. I mean, I was only 4. I seen it a few years after it came out, and it was... I was only 14 years old. I sneaked into the cinema to see it. On one of its reruns, and my God Almighty, that movie! It was made by William Friedkin, who also made The French Connection. Very, very talented filmmaker. He died recently, but apparently the set of The Exorcist, they pulled out all kind of strange stops to make it terrifying, and yeah, you know, they only had certain colours in the film to make it, you know, to give it the moody atmosphere. The sound effects were just something else. And here's something about The Exorcist. Did you know when Reagan, the little girl, is possessed, when she swivels her head around it, you can hear all that cracking sound and all that. Do you know what that was made with those sound effects? Apparently there was a Mexican peasant sort of person, and he actually did the sound effects in that. He had a specialty of doing sound effects for that movie. And what he had a wallet full of credit cards, and he squeezed the credit cards at the microphone to make those sound effects. So when you hear Reagan's head swift, that's a Mexican with his wallet full of credit cards. There was all kinds of strange things that he did in that movie. But what an amazing, amazing, amazing movie. What's this here? Ed Sweeney's 20-stone wife back in England. He doesn't like hairy fannies. Mine won't do, apparently. No, your fanny's all right. It's the rest of you that I can't stand. Let me see now. Martin Ryder. Poltergeist 2, Reverend Kane was pretty scary. Well, really, I seen the original one. I didn't see the sequel. Maybe I should look at that one. Gemini Star, The Exorcist is one of the best horror movies. Oh, it is still, even today, probably the most frightening. A couple of years back, I watched it, you know, with headphones on. And, you know, even today, it still comes out. So once the exorcism scenes get going, it's still a powerful, powerful movie. Really powerful movie. Peter Blue, The Wicker Man with Edward Woodward. Do you know what? That is absolutely wonderful. That is wonderful. I mean, that is as well as having loads of lovely naked women in it. The story and the setting and everything about that movie is quite magical. I won't tell you what happens, because I actually read a review of that once where they actually give away the ending or what it's all about. But that is a classy movie there. The 1973 version is, anyway. Chocky bits, folded us up, but nice. What's a hot chocolate like? It's going down well. I've drank all the Belgian chocolate, so this is the other Cadbury's hot chocolate. And it's lovely. It's going down really, really nice. A nice Halloween street. Bottle Baby, The Last Man Standing with Vincent Price. I like a lot of Vincent Price, Roger Corman movies that they made in the 50s and 60s. The Pit and the Pendulum, Tomb and Lightyear. And of course, the cast. Vincent Price was wonderful, wonderful, charismatic actor. And a little Peter Lorre and people like that. They made some wonderful movies. I don't think there's one film that would actually stand out as being one of the greatest horrors ever. But wonderful, absolutely wonderful. Wayne Ritchie, My favourite horror movies are Halloween and Nightmare on Elm Street and Friday the 13th. Okay. Now, I'm glad that you said that way, because I can pick out one of those as being amongst my favourite horror movies of all time. And I think it's a wonderful movie. It's made by that extremely talented, great filmmaker called Wes Craven. So there you go. That's the original, and by far the superior Nightmare on Elm Street, Freddy Krueger, and that is a wonderful film. It's a bit it's strange. I know it's been done with so many sequels and everything, but Wes Craven was class. He was a classy filmmaker, and that movie, I could watch that over and over again, and it's great fun. It's colourful. It's bizarre. But I remember the first time I seen it was actually quite frightening. I thought it was quite a chiller. So that is the first Nightmare on Elm Street. I think it features a young Johnny Depp, in an early role. So I would definitely rate that as a great horror movie of our times, definitely. So anyway, where else are we? Damon, all booked on after Pat in 3 weeks and then back to the village to meet up with my chocolate honey. Chocolate sounds lovely. That sounds wonderful. Good for you, mate. I can't wait to get out of Thailand. I can't wait. Absolutely can't wait. I've got to suffer the slings and stones of the English winter, first of all. Anyway, Paul Oskin being smutty. That must be the porn version. McLaren, Halloween, the first film, where bugs and stuff were coming out of the masks when the adverts going on. Happy Halloween, Super Shammer. I mean, I liked the first Halloween movie, but I actually think John Carpenter made better movies than that. I like The Assault on Precinct 13 and Escape from New York better. I mean, but Halloween is a fine movie, definitely. Wayne Ritchie. I watched The Exorcist when I was 16 and didn't sleep for 2 weeks. It was a groundbreaking movie, no doubt about it. Absolutely wonderful. Glenn, totally agree with The Exorcist and the best timeless. Absolutely. Eastern Man, my mate took his bear to watch The Exorcist and she had to walk. Who wears the trousers in that relationship? Martin Ryder, Britt Eklund in The Wicker Man refused to show her bottom half. They had to use a stunt. Because it was kind of a chunky. I heard that was actually doubled by Ingrid Pitt, who was in the same movie. That's what I heard. I heard that somewhere. I mean, Ingrid Pitt wasn't shy about showing her ass. Definitely not. Terry Jones liked Amityville, very scary when I watched that as a kid. I remember a bit of that movie. Yogi Bear, The Exorcist was the one that started things with priests at the cinemas warning you. How times have changed. Yeah, that's right. 1973 when it came out, 73, 74. When The Exorcist came out, it was so controversial that they had priests hanging outside cinemas to tell people, warning people, about the devil and all, and not to watch the movie and all this kind of stuff. Nowadays, people are bloody warning people about priests. Yeah, definitely. You sure that the priests weren't there in the queues of cinema goers? Are you sure the priests weren't looking for minors? Are you sure that they wanted to talk to in case there might be any young ones sneaking in? But nowadays people are scared of the bloody priests. I'm so glad that I don't come from any religious background. Imagine being shoved in the hands of them dirty bastards. Ugh, yuck. Anyway, there you go. Wanderer 299 couldn't sleep for nights after watching The Exorcist. We saw it when it came out. I had a nightmare about priests once and I couldn't bloody sleep again. Nick Ross, What became of Linda Blair? Well, she put on a bit of weight, didn't she? And she never really, you didn't really hear that much about her after that. But she did. She played a great part. Played a great part in that movie. Gemini Star, the making of the Exorcist once was fantastic to watch. Yeah, it was very, very groundbreaking. Apparently, like I heard that William Friedkin, did some amazing methods to keep people on the toes. I even heard that he fired a gun once to wake up, to alarm people, to wake them all up. In UK, Russell Crowe has just released The Pope's Exorcist. Well worth a watch it. Really? I've sort of heard of that movie. What was it? The Pope, is he possessed? Is he? I better not offend religious people. Bottle Baby, Alien's a good movie. Science fiction, bloody Alien, good stuff. Yeah, but I think the sequels went down a bit. Alien, in space, no one can hear you scream. And then by the time they made the third sequel, some unkind person said, in space, no one can hear you snore. I remember that. Eastern Man, who's that bloke behind you with the axe? Shite, frightening me there. Barry from EastEnders. Some movies that I've seen all them. They're bloodthirsty with the sword and all that. I'd say the movie that I tried to, and I love Wes Craven. I think Wes Craven was a great filmmaker. Another great movie, you've never seen it, is called The People Under the Stairs. That's another wonderful movie by that fine filmmaker, Wes Craven. But I think the first screen, the next time I see it, I'm not so keen on movies which show young teenagers getting stabbed to death. I'm not a big fan of that, funnily enough. Nick Ross, do you believe in evil demons and possession? Lisa Dale, people like Lisa Dale, I'd accuse them of that, definitely. Evil. Well, demons are evil, and possession. Yeah, but some women are possessive, aren't they? They don't want us to go to Thailand and have our fun. Glenn Wyndham, I'm getting hungry for some pea green soup. Okay. Mickey Berkshire. Saw and Poltergeist freaked me out. I thought the first Poltergeist movie was a little bit over the top, ghoulish and all this kind of stuff. But yeah, they're pretty good movies. AJ, Exorcist still stand up. Exorcist still stands up now, considering its age. Absolutely wonderful. Yeah, absolutely. It stood the test of time. Wonderful movie. Gemini Star, tell your kids to keep away from the Ouija board. Yeah, especially when there's priests nearby. Yeah. Let's see. Kipax. I remember my mum got it from a video shop. The whole family with my grandparents came around. I had to play in the kitchen. A few people got upset about it and started arguing to turn it off. Really, it's not to everyone's taste. You're talking about The Exorcist. Not to everyone's taste. Okay. Here we go. Now, I'll get that off there. The Exorcist. Sorry that I haven't got a picture of it. But Exorcist is undoubtedly in a league of its own. Absolutely wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. AJ has mentioned another of those wonderful, but not as scary as The Exorcist, but a wonderful 70s movie. I kind of forget about the sequels to The Omen, but The Omen, the 1970s movie, 1976 movie, The Omen, and there's a picture of it right there, was a magnificent movie. Absolutely magnificent. Wonderful. I would say that in terms of a horror movie, it was based on a book. In terms of the story, it's got the best story of any horror movie I've ever seen. You know, the idea of 666 and the mark of the beast, and the kid who's and the child swapped at birth and all this kind of stuff. It's got the best story of any horror movie I've ever seen. And Gregory Peck, Lee Remick, and David Warner, of course. Wonderful movie, perfectly done. And the bit with the Rottweilers is pretty good as well. So The Omen, an absolutely marvelous 70s classic. Wonderful film. I know a lot of people who didn't really rate that, but I think it's a fantastic movie. Kipax liked It. I've seen that. Is that the one with Tim Curry in it? Oh yeah, there is a movie called another film here, which is pretty good. Nick Ross says, in Bangkok, they have a market for all the items you need to do the Thai witchcraft. Dried human... no, I'm not going to be doing... I don't know how to be doing that. Human bone... Oh, do a vid about... Oh, I'm not so sure about that. Sergio, The Shining. I wasn't really that impressed with that film. Not really. I wasn't really that impressed with it. Was not really that impressed with The Shining. I just didn't think it. I thought for a Stanley Kubrick movie, I didn't think he was really suited to it. But anyway, the Omen, if you've never seen the original Omen, far superior to all the sequels. The original Omen with Gregory Peck, Lee Remick, if you've never seen it, have a look at it. Absolutely magnificent. Marvelous movie. Martin Ryder. Just saw the Pope's Exorcist. Don't bother, it's shit. Okay, that's okay. So 2 conflicting reviews there. Joe Hart, Vincent Price was great in Witchfinder General. Oh my God. How can I ignominiously ignore that one? I mean, I mentioned Vincent Price and his Roger Corman movies, and I said something about they were great, but I wouldn't say. Witchfinder General is one of the greatest horror movies ever. It's a movie with Vincent Price plays a brilliant character called Matthew Hopkins, who is corrupt as whatever, and he goes around denouncing people as being witches in the English countryside. And there's some horror, and it's really, it's a powerful horror movie made in 1967. Wonderful film. Set in the English countryside. Ian Ogilvy is in that movie as well. And for a 1967 movie, even today, that is terrific. And that is probably my favorite Vincent Price movie. What an American is doing in the English countryside in that day and age, I don't know. But wonderful film. So yeah, you're quite right, Joe. Witchfinder General, fantastic. Yeah, Chris Card, 5 Scousers go trick or treating in Pattaya. All right, I'll work on that one for the sequel. Eastern Man. As a kid, I used to hide behind the couch when the Daleks were on Doctor Who. The last time I seen the Dalek, it was at Bangkok Airport, wasn't it? One of those bloody tin. What I could never say. What if you run up the stairs from the Daleks? How did the Daleks can't bloody sit? They have to perform on flat surfaces, don't they? How can they climb upstairs? Oh, lovely stuff. Beautiful. Ian UK says the Conjuring movies are worth to watch. I like the first one. The first one is. A couple of the sequels were not so good, but the first Conjuring movie, excellent. Very, very good. Seaside Freddy, Psycho, wonderful stuff. I suppose that you could say that looks a bit like the Bates Motel behind me there. I'm not sure. Is Psycho actually a horror movie? I suppose it would be. Is that a Halloween movie or not? But it is Hitchcock's masterpiece. Absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. Kipax. Cannibal Holocaust was disturbing at the time. Texas Chainsaw Massacre is one of my favorite horror movies. Yeah, and the remake of Texas Chainsaw Massacre is pretty good as well. It is. I kind of like that, definitely. Yeah, Kipax. Now they hang around toilets. Is the priest, you mean? Terry Jones, The People Under the Stairs. Anyone seen that? Was a little bit scared. That was a wonderful movie. I seen it. It was made by Wes Craven. That was a Wes Craven movie. That was wonderful stuff. Yeah, Teddy Jones likes Beetlejuice. Okay. Nick Ross. You don't seem to know anything about Thai Sakyan tattoos or Thai witchcraft. Well, it's not something that I've investigated. I'm usually preoccupied with other things in Thailand, but thanks for your information anyway. Thanks for your information. That could be a suggestion. Maybe that could be a suggestion for a YouTube video. You never know. Thanks for that suggestion, Nick. Eastern Man, The Others was the stem. I've never heard of that one. Linda Blair was a very beautiful lady. I think. Well, she was only a youngster when she was in the Exorcist. I don't actually know what progressed. What did she progress to after that? To be honest with you, Paul Hoskin, Vampire Bar Girls, they suck you dry. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, Nick Ross, the Vatican has the largest library on witchcraft in the world, but no one is allowed to see it. Wouldn't put it past them. You know, I heard someone mention got loads of pornography there as well, the dirty bastards. No, that's clean. Now, if they got pornography, that's okay. Then it's you know what they do with the bloody choir boys that I don't approve of. Seaside Freddy loves the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Wonderful stuff. Wanderer tonight. Linda Blair got a well. Did she got her pistols out? Oh, Kipax, yeah, Hellraiser. Hellraiser's a fan, and some of the sequels they were good fun. Then you can't really take them too seriously, but yeah, you're right. They are good movies. Them I like the Hellraiser films. I do like them. Really, really do. Yogi Bear. The movie that really unsettled me was a movie called Ghost Ship, where everyone has disappeared on the cruise ship. Well, that came true to life, didn't it? With all those bloody those cruise ships that weren't allowed to sail during COVID. Damon says they've just released a new Exorcist movie, a remake. Hopefully, that will keep it. They will keep it similar to the original one. I think the original was a one-off because it wasn't just a movie. I think it was just the effect. I think you need the same director, William Friedkin, for that one, and unfortunately he's dead now. Kipak says Clive Barker is amazing. His book is some of the best you can read in horror. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Martin Ryder, Carry On Screaming. Fenella Fielding gave me my first bone on. Okay. So anyway, we've talked about The Exorcist, The Omen, A Nightmare on Elm Street. Now, this is one of the. There was 3 outstanding horror movies. I mean, pure class horror movies of the 1970s. One of them was The Exorcist. The other was The Omen. And the third one, would you take this young lady to a party? If you've got a taste for terror, take Carrie to the party. That was the slogan. Wonderful. I know they made a remake of that, but that first Carrie movie, 1976, is a marvelous movie. Let me just have a little look in here. Here we go. Somebody's mentioned there. Simon Goodson. I remember watching Carrie when I was 16 in 1979. Thought it was a great movie. Carrie was a fantastic, classy movie. I actually think that Carrie, some people dispute this, but I think Carrie is the best Stephen King film version of one of his movies. It was made by the wonderful Brian De Palma. It went on to make the film version of The Untouchables. De Palma, as well as making Carrie, he made The Untouchables. He also made Scarface. Yeah, that's right. It was the same director, Carlito's Way. Brian De Palma was a terrific filmmaker. But I think Carrie was his first big hit. And it is a wonderful movie. It's probably, most people know it from the final scene when you kind of, Even though you know what's going to happen, you kind of jump out of your seat. But basically what it is, Carrie is the ugly duckling schoolgirl who is quiet, and she's made fun of by, the other, girls, high school girls, and, and all that. She's the school misfit, which is very, very sad. But then she discovers that she's actually telekinetic. She can move objects by will. And then it gets more and more pronounced as the movie goes on. And eventually she gets taken to a beauty contest and has a nasty trick played on her where they drop pig's blood on her. And it's really, really, it is a wonderful film. Brian De Palma is class. But what is amazing about, there's other things that are great. It's also got a wonderful theme tune. Basically, Sissy Spacek, and this is a religious fanatic mother. Now, you know me, don't I just love religious fruitcakes? But her mother is a dominating religious fanatic who treats Carrie, very, very badly, and drums into her the power of the Bible and all this kind of stuff, which disturbs her. And really, Piper Laurie, even though Sissy Spacek is wonderful in that movie, I think it's fair to say that Piper Laurie, if anything, steals the acting of. In fact, I would say that between Sissy Spacek and Piper Laurie, I don't think you will ever, ever, ever see better acting in a horror movie. I mean, both of those women in that film are pure class. And here's something that you may not know. Sissy Spacek plays the high school girls at this, the main character. But she was actually 29 when she played that part, would you believe? She may have looked a lot younger. But Sissy Spacek, Piper Laurie, Brian De Palma, even John Travolta played a part in that movie. Played a bit of a slob in that movie. Carrie, one of the great horror movies of all time, the 1976 version, and one of my favorites of all time. I've seen it so many times. Wonderful. Anyway, so that is a review of Carrie. I went a bit over the top there, but it is so good. Let's see. Okay. Yogi Bear like Scream. I kind of like that. Was a Wes Craven movie, but it's like I said, I don't feel comfortable watching movies where teenagers are getting stabbed. Teddy Jones like Critters. Bottle Baby. The Shine and the Book is far best than the film. I would hope so, because the film was one of my favorites. Kipak's like Basket Case. That I don't think I've seen that one. Nick Ross, The Devils. That was a Ken Russell movie with Oliver Reed and Vanessa Redgrave in it, and there was loads of naked women, and that's actually a lot of Ken Russell's films that were actual tosh. But that one was really, really good. I think it's kind of disappeared, that film. It's difficult to get hold of that movie nowadays. But that was a fine, fine movie. AJ, Rosemary's Baby, wonderful, wonderful. One of Roman Polanski's best movies. Fantastic, with Mia Farrow, and where she gets impregnated by the devil. Wonderful stuff, wonderful stuff. Wanderer says Jack Nicholson was superb in The Shining. He probably was, but I couldn't really get into that movie. Let me see. Kipax, Evil Dead was good. Also, the remakes are good. I kind of liked Evil Dead, but I must admit, if you haven't seen it, there's a series that you can get on Netflix called Ash versus the Evil Dead. And that is a wonderful, that's a good laugh. That it's bloodthirsty and over the top. That is it's called Ash versus the Evil Dead. And I kind of watch that sometimes. That is a really, really good show if you've never seen it. So let's see. Damon, I used to watch the Banana Splits when I was a kid in the early 70s. I used to love the theme tune of that. So la 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 la. Yeah, wonderful stuff. Wonderful. Category Coffee. The Entity was very psychologically scary, based on a true story. I think I've seen that one. Hard Tulip, The Body Snatchers. I don't know about that, but do you mean the invasion of the Body Snatchers? The original Don Siegel version from the 1950s. Wonderful. Eastern Man. Eastern Man. Lisa Dale's homemade porn movie is terrifying. I think I'd rather watch The Exorcist any day. McLaren, The Lost Boys. It's a good movie. That's a good movie. Seaside Freddy like Fargo. That's a fine movie. That one, excellent. Ian UK, walking down Soy 11 and bloody scary as hell. Okay. Wayne Ritchie, yes, I would say the remakes are bad. The remakes of the Freddy movies were oh yes, the Conjuring, you're talking about the first film was really impressive. The remakes, not sorry, the sequels, not so much good. Pinball says the original Hills Have Eyes by Wes Craven. Yeah, that was one of his. That was one of his early movies. That one. Cats and Good Coffee. At least Carrie did not cut men's penises like some crazy Thai ladies did. Oh God! Imagine that at the bloody Bobbitt job. Oh, Jesus Christ Almighty! Bottle Baby. Would you take Carrie's mother on a date? She Piper Laurie was a good. She was in a movie with Paul Newman and amongst other things, very, very talented actress. I think she disappeared from the cinema for a while, but she played a marvelous. But I'd take her for a date as long as she didn't ram the Bible down my throat. Pinball. Carrie is one of the best, scariest endings ever. I think, do you know what? By the time I'd seen that film, I'd heard so much about the ending of that movie. And yeah, I kind of knew what was going to happen. And it still made me jump. Absolutely. Matthew Cartwright, good evening. Nick Ross, don't forget to get a bottled human baby. To get a bottled human baby using black magic, they sell them in the market. Some are covered up. Good. Let's talk about Lisa Dale. Matthew Cartwright, my scariest movie was Two Ladies, One Glory Hole. That was real life. Okay, fair enough, fair comment. Sounds like a real bit of a horror movie there. Joe Hart. In the mid-70s, a guy called Peter Walker made a series of nasty horror films, including House of Whitcourt. I don't think I've heard of him. I don't have heard of him. Popcorn. Would you class The Human Centipede as a horror movie yet? Creepy character, mad scientist. I haven't seen that one. I once seen a movie called Chopper Chicks in Zombie Town. That was pretty good. David Martin, Silence of the Lambs, based on Robert Martin. Silence of the... Do you know something? I think that is a wonderful movie. It was made about 30-odd years ago, and it was a sensation when it came out. But I don't think that stood the test of time, that one. Maybe I'm not really... Anthony Hopkins is a fine actor, but I think he's become a bit of a bore in some of his later movies because every character he seems to be playing, the too much dialogue. I don't really like Anthony Hopkins very much in movies in recent times. Yeah, McLaren, The Hand That Rocks the Cradle, Rebecca De Mornay, looks sexy, but yucky. Oh, that was a good movie. Martin Ryder, Lisa Dale's porno club's unconscious with 15 Gambian sausages. Okay. Eastern Man, Don't Look Now with the dwarf in the red coat. Oh, that was wonderful. That's a wonderful. Don't Look Now, set in Venice. I love films set in Venice. It was so wildly atmospheric. But but that's a wonderful film. That Don't Look Now, fantastic movie. That was made by Nick Rogue, who also made Walkabout. The Man Who Fell to Earth and Performance with Mick Jagger and James Fox. He made some great movies in those days before he went downhill. Matthew Cartwright, Eddie, your book has a lot of profanity. There is more effing and jeffing than in a nightclub in Liverpool in the 90s. You can't sugarcoat it over, can you? I hope you're enjoying the book anyway, Matthew. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. Damon, The Adventures of Soy 661. That's a horror movie late at night, that's for sure. Yeah, I'd say that. Oh, I went up there and some bloody big lady boy, grabbed hold of his bollocks and basically said, "Do you want this, mate?" Oh, Jesus, disgusting. Disgusting. Jesus, do you know something, Wayne? I've forgotten about that one. I've seen that a few times. Wes Craven movie, The Last House on the Left was that is a brilliant movie, that one. That is a really bit. It's about a bunch of fugitives, in particular one nasty person who kidnaps a couple of girls and does nasty things, and then the father gets hold of him and it becomes a conflict. That is a wonderful film. If you've never seen that film, The Last House on the Left, I would highly, highly, highly recommend that one. Definitely recommend that. Thanks for mentioning that anyway, Wayne. That's a fantastic film. Where are we now? Terry Jones says, Stephen King's The Dead Zone. Yeah, I'm seeing all these which I've forgotten about. Wonderful film, that. Wonderful film. Nick Ross. Hope it did not scare you, Eddie. You should spend some time in a forest monastery and learn how to make those Buddha charms they all wear. Black magic. Make a good vid. But would it be popular with the Thai authorities if I made a movie like that? Catching Coffee, Don't Breathe is entertaining. I think you can get the sequel to that on Amazon or whatever. Mike Wales. Hey, yeah, did you ever see Robert De Niro in Frankenstein at the Monte? I didn't. Do you know something? That movie got terrible reviews. It got ripped apart, didn't it? Because it was quite an expensive movie and highly publicized movie, and it got some awful reviews, dreadful reviews. I never actually got around to seeing that. But Seaside Freddy, in Mandalay, there's a monastery that has an embalmed monk openly displayed behind glass. Well, that'll be interesting. Ian UK, what about David Cronenberg? I love David Cronenberg. Shivers. I think he made the Dead Zone. Shivers. Rabid. He's made some wonderful films, David Cronenberg. Really, Scanners. Excellent. Kipax. Remember, I Spit in Your Grave. That was quite an over-the-top movie, that was. Quite an over-the-top movie. Let's see. Yeah. Ed Salem's lot, the first time the camera showed that vampire thing, that scared the crap out of me. The good, enjoyable. That. No, I didn't think it was frightening, but I do think it was really entertaining, that one. Joe Hart, Eddie, 5 Go to Pattaya landed on my doormat yesterday. I don't think it will win the Booker Prize, but hilarious, great fun, and I'm loving it. Well, the last 3 things that you said, that's good enough for me, mate. Okay, to hell with the Booker Prize. I don't really need that. Okay, thanks for that, mate. Anyway, thanks, and nice to hear that you enjoy it. Thanks for buying my book. Anyway, in case you didn't get the title, 5 Go to Pattaya. It's on Amazon, and it's by Edward Sweeney, my real name, my proper name. So thanks for that, anyway, Joe. Wayne Ritchie, Eddie, what about The Night of the Living Dead? That was it. George A. Romero. I like some zombie movies. That was one of the cult classics. That was wonderful. Yeah, Gemini Star. I Spit on Your Grave with Sarah Butler would smash your back door. Yeah, good looking girl. That's a good movie. There's some other versions, but that is good. I'm going to watch one of these tonight. The Conjuring is one of the best horror movies in recent. It is an excellent, excellent film. That I wasn't too keen on the sequels, but anyway, we're going to discuss another one now, another horror movie. And anybody know which one this is? Okay. Anybody know what movie that is? That is. Where is it? Who said? Yeah, Harry Holt says that's Bram Stoker's Dracula. Yeah, that is the Francis Ford Coppola movie. Now, I'm not typical of Francis Ford Coppola, who also made the Godfather movies and Apocalypse Now. But I think it was 1992, he came up with this wonderful horror movie, and it was so stylish. Bram Stoker's Dracula, it was so stylish and lavish, and it's one of those movies that you could watch over and over again. It was a classic telling of the Dracula story with Gary Oldman, Winona Ryder. I thought Keanu Reeves was a bit annoying in it. He was a little teensy-weensy bit annoying in it, with his voice. I mean, I thought he was a bit annoying in that movie. But that is such a stylish movie, that 1972 version of Dracula. Well worth a look. Pinball has got it right, yeah? Pinball's got it right. Wayne Ritchie says, I like the original Dracula movie with Bela Lugosi. I attempted, the Bela, when I was in Dracula's castle last year in Romania, I attempted the Bela Lugosi. Someone said I sounded more like Jimmy Durante. Children of the night, what music they make. Wonderful stuff. Let me see. Side bands. Phantasm was another good movie. I did see that. I can't remember too much about that. Joe Hart, Dracula with the lovely Renata Ryder. Was it with wasn't she done for an offence afterwards, allegedly, or was she convicted or something? But yeah, good looking girl. Yeah, Damon, he looks like the singer in Korn. It's Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp looks like, I think he's a wannabe rock star, isn't he? Citizen Mikey, Bram Stoker, Irish Dave stayed in his house. Yeah, Bram Stoker was Irish, wasn't he? And apparently he got the idea, he was eating crabs and he had a kind of hallucinogenic experience, and that's where the myth of Dracula came from crabs or so. Yeah, Harry Holt. Yeah, absolutely. We won't go into that, but apparently, that's just strange. Not something that you want to be proud of, but that is a fine movie. Francis Ford Coppola's very, very stylish, and it's such a stylish movie you can watch it again and again and again. So that definitely gets the thumbs up. Okay, so I'm going to pick an obscurity now. I'm going to pick an obscurity. Where the hell am I? I'm going to pick an obscurity. My last one's movie's personal favourite of mine that you may not have heard of. Now, in the early 70s, the Hammer House of Horror and Amicus Studios made some wonderful British horror movies. And when you think things like Tales from the Crypt and Vault of Horror, and they had such classy actors in them, people like Tom Baker, Teddy Thomas, Peter Cushing, of course, and they had Denholm Elliott. A lot of those movies had some really top quality actors. But in terms of a movie, there was Vault of Horror, Tales from the Crypt, many, many great movies with Ralph Richardson, with classy actors. But I think my own personal favourite from that area, I think it's a great movie that you may never have heard of, but if you get the chance to see it, have a look at it. It's called From Beyond the Grave. And this is a British horror movie, various stories connected loosely. And it has some wonderful actors. Peter Cushing's in it. Also, David Warner is in it. The stunning Nile Dawn Porter is in this movie. This is a wonderful, wonderful collection. They were so well made, those films. And they had such wonderful actors that really they deserve to be classics. It's not a film that you in fact, it's disappeared. I haven't seen this film anywhere for quite a number of years. But if you get the chance to see this film, From Beyond the Grave, remember David Warner, Nile Dawn Porter. It comes from, it's a British movie from the early 70s, and it is superb. Some of those stories are just irresistible. Let me see now. Matthew Cartwright isn't Ryder a carpet muncher? Is she? I didn't know that. I didn't know that. What are we talking about here? Nick Ross. Yeah, it's still around, but at least you can take a pill which stops a person. But we'll be talking about something else. Let me see. Wayne Ritchie. I'm going to watch him Beyond the Grave later tonight. Thank you for letting me know about this movie. I think you can get it on what's it called? Daily Motion. I've got a strange name for the website. I think you can get it on Daily Motion. But I haven't seen this movie around anywhere in recent times. But I've seen it quite a few times, and it's well worth a look. I don't know if Ian Hendry is also in that film. Wonderful film, and if you get the chance to see it, take a look at it. Bobby Sullivan. How much does Lisa Daly charge to haunt a house? She does it naturally. She doesn't charge anything. Okay, so I'm going to finish my final movie in this of the essential horror movies that you have to see. Is another one that most people probably haven't heard of, but it is a personal favorite. In fact, I've seen it so many times, so many times. Somebody mentioned Donald Pleasance. Yeah, fine actor, wonderful Donald Pleasance, wonderful, really. Couldn't deliver a bad performance if he tried. Really great. So my own personal favorite, my favorite as ever vampire movie stars this wonderful actor here. So that is Klaus Kinski, and this is an Italian movie called Vampires in Venice. And I've seen this movie so many times. It is wonderful. Not only does Klaus Kinski play a really, really vicious, nasty, cats and good coffee, but that's Lisa's brother. Yeah, okay, wouldn't surprise me, yeah. Klaus Kinski plays a wonderful, he looks like the living dead. He really, really plays a great part in it. But also the Venetian locations are fantastic. And also another plus, it has some beautiful, beautiful Italian ladies, full frontal stuff as well. It's a wonderful movie. It's called Vampires in Venice. And if you haven't seen it, go and check it out. Well worth a look. Nick Ross, Kinski is fantastic. His daughter not bad either. A looker. Apparently she doesn't have good words to say, but none of it is. I think he has a couple of daughters. Apparently he's a bit of a nasty character. Bit of a to his children. Apparently he was not a nice man, according to them. They've revealed since, but he was a wonderful actor. Gemini Star needs to visit the dentist, or you or him. Damon Ed from Dusk Till Dawn, a great movie. Oh, that's Quentin Tarantino. I have seen that. You're good. Apparently, it's got that gorgeous woman in it as well. So anyway, they are my essential horror movies that you must see. That one there. Nick Ross, he also made a vampire movie. Name escapes. It wasn't called Nosferatu by any time. Okay. Okay. So anyway, a personal, obscure favourite of mine, Vampires in Venice. Wonderful movie. If you've never seen it, go check it out. Well worth a look. This one here, if you can get the chance to see that one, well worth a look. Wonderful. The wonderful Dracula, Francis Ford Coppola's version, fantastic. The marvelous Omen, one of the 70s great highlights. Carrie, of course, another of the 70s great highlights. Apologies for not having a still from The Exorcist. Freddy Krueger, Nightmare on Elm Street, a wonderful film from the 80s. My favorite, probably the best horror movie of the 80s. And last but not least, The Vampire Lovers. Oh my God, worth seeing for those two beauties alone. And it's actually quite a good movie, that one as well. McLaren F1 race. My own horror movie would star Sir Keir Starmer in Nightmare on Downing Street. Yeah, sounds about right. Sounds about right. Joe Hart, he also played a vampire in another great continental movie, Nosferatu. Isabella. Do you know something? I don't think I've actually seen that one. I'm Vampires in Venice. I've seen that lots of times. But Nosferatu, Isabella Gianni, full frontal. I'll have to check that one out. I'll have to check it out. Yeah, London Cab Thailand has seen it. Eastern Man. Yeah, I think I can put this on the screen. Kinski's does say, yeah, that's what I read as well. I read that as well. Oh God, awful, sickening, absolutely sickening, absolutely sickening. Kipax, Jaws was a wonderful film, absolutely wonderful. Whether it's classed as a horror movie, but it's certainly bloody, put the fright on many people. Nick Ross likes Nosferatu. I'll have to see that one. I know there's the original silent movie version, but apparently the Klaus Kinski version is really, really good. So anyway, we've had a little nat at Halloween. I know there's a lot going on in the world. Joe Hart says, what happened to Madeline Smith? Apparently she's still there. I've seen a recent photograph of Madeline Smith. I wonder if I got it on here. If I got it here anywhere. Have I got that here anywhere? No, I don't think I have. I don't think I've got it. A recent picture of Madeline Smith and a recent picture of Madeline Smith. No, I haven't got it. Madeline Smith and Caroline Munro. Caroline Munro is still around nowadays. She was in a lot of Hammer movies in the time. Wonderful. Still probably a very, very attractive woman. Matthew Cartwright, my biggest nightmare is if the missus ever finds out what happened to me in Thailand. Like it. AG says Maddie Smith still tidy. Absolutely. Matt, be careful. Okay. Nick Ross says Hannibal Lecter is a scary movie. Once you delve into those serial killer movies, I think they start becoming a little bit repetitive and a bit corny after a while. I think because we liked what was it, Silence of the Lambs. I think they kind of become a little bit pretentious and a bit corny after that. So anyway, it's Halloween. I'll just remind you that it's Halloween. It's definitely Halloween anyway. And anything else? Anyone want to talk about anything else before we go? Death in Venice. Wonderful. Especially if you like the movie. Is it Marla? But I wouldn't actually class that as a horror movie. Eastern Man. We get enough of the shite going on in the world and don't need to. Okay, well, so we don't want to talk about dengue people and all of this kind of stuff going on. Yeah. Cats Go Coffee. I recently saw the Thai horror movie, The Medium, about a possessed girl in Isan. Quite disturbing. Some of those kind of possessed movies, they're not really movies I can watch late at night. There's certain things I can't really watch late at night. I mean, I can watch those two ladies late at night, definitely. In fact, I wouldn't mind saying them to bed with me, but anyway. McLaren, well done, Ed, you're surprised. My biggest nightmare is yet to happen. Me giving up Ed. He's given up Ed. Okay, fair enough. Harry Holt, probably one of the scariest films to date is The Ring. I have seen that. I have seen that. American Bully XL just got banned. Why the hell would anyone want bloody dogs like that? Listen, I've been on for an hour and 20 minutes. It's Halloween, so we're not going to talk about political issues and all this kind of crap because it's just depressing. We've had a bit of fun. We talked a little bit about movies. Why the hell not? Why the hell not? So anyway, let's see. Wayne Ritchie, Eddie, Halloween is my favorite time of the year. Some of my friends think but it's good fun. It's good fun. It's if it makes you smile and then it's fine. Jacob's Ladder was a pretty good. I can't remember too much of that one, funnily enough. I can't remember too much. But anyway, we've been on for an hour and 22 minutes. It's Halloween. I've drank a couple of chocolates. I'm going to have like my late night snack of soup on toast. Toast with a bowl of soup and whatever. So I'm going to say good night, guys. Thanks for coming along. Like I say, we managed to get the whole stream without talking about any depressing stuff anyway. It's Tuesday night. It's the 1st of November tomorrow. I've only got a couple of months to go. Oh, by the way, the next time I'll do a live stream will be on the main channel on Friday night. And we'll talk about more travel stuff. I've just got hold of a Wise card as well. So I've managed to log into that. So we'll talk about all that kind of stuff on Friday night. So anyway, good night, guys. Have a lovely week. I'll see you. Happy Halloween. I'll see you Friday night on the other side. Cheers.